Hello. Welcome back to Sabbath School Flashcards. It is Thursday, February 14th, and the title for today's study is Vindication. Read Daniel 6:24-28. Reading, And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives, and the lions had the mastery of them, and brake all their bones in pieces or ever they came at the bottom of the den. Then King Darius wrote unto all people, nations, and languages, that dwell in all the earth, Peace be multiplied unto you. I make a decree, that in every dominion of my kingdom men tremble and fear before the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. He delivereth and rescueth, and he worketh signs and wonders in heaven and in earth, who hath delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. So this Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius, and in the reign of Cyrus the Persian. What testimony does the king give about God? Share your thoughts on this lesson's questions, in class on Sabbath. An important point of the narrative is the fact that Darius praises God and recognizes God's sovereignty. This is a culmination, even a climax, of the praises or expressions of recognition, offered to God in the previous chapters. Daniel 2:20-23, reading Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever. For wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings, and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee, and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Along with, Daniel 3:28-29, Then Nebuchadnezzar spake, and said, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel, and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word, and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god, except their own God. Therefore I make a decree, that every people, nation, and language, which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill. Because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. Also, Daniel 4:1-3. Nebuchadnezzar the king, unto all people, nations, and languages, that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. I thought it good to show the signs and wonders that the high God hath wrought toward me. How great are his signs! And how mighty are his wonders! His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. And 34-37. And at the end of the days I Nebuchadnezzar lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. And he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand, or say unto him, What doest thou? At the same time my reason returned unto me, and for the glory of my kingdom, mine honor and brightness returned unto me, and my counselors and my lords sought unto me, and I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me. Now I Nebuchadnezzar praise and extol and honor the King of heaven, all whose works are truth, and his ways judgment, and those that walk in pride he is able to abase. Like Nebuchadnezzar, Darius responds to Daniel's deliverance by praising God. But he does more, too. He reverses his previous decree and commands everyone to fear before the God of Daniel. Daniel 6:26. Yes, Daniel is miraculously saved, his faithfulness rewarded, evil punished, and God's honor and power vindicated. But what we see here is a mini example of what will happen on a universal scale. God's people delivered, evil punished, and the Lord vindicated before the cosmos. Read Daniel 6:24. Reading, And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives, and the lions had the mastery of them, and brake all their bones in pieces or ever they came at the bottom of the den. What might we find rather troublesome about this verse, and why? There is, however, one disturbing problem, and that is the wives and the children who, as far as we know, are innocent, and yet who suffer the same fate as the guilty ones. How can we explain what seems to be a mishandling of justice? First, we should note that the action is decided and implemented by the king according to Persian law, which includes the family and the punishment of the culprit. According to an ancient principle, The entire family bears responsibility for the offense of a family member. This doesn't mean it's right, it means only that this story fits with what we know about Persian law. Second, we must note that the biblical narrative reports the event but does not endorse the action of the king. In fact, the Bible clearly forbids that children be put to death because of the sins of the parents. Deuteronomy 24:16. It reads, "The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers, every man shall be put to death for his own sin." In the face of injustices like this and so many others, what comfort can you get from texts like 1 Corinthians 4:5? Which reads, "Therefore judge nothing before the time, until the Lord come, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest the counsels of the hearts, and then shall every man have praise of God." What does it say, and why is the point it makes so important? This is Witness Glenn. Have safe day.